Hi little skeletons, it's Disney Queen Skelly here, and welcome back to the Get to Know Me's. So today we're just going to be doing questions 101 through 111, so let's get into it. How much time do you spend with your family? Depends on what you're talking about. My mom and dad, I don't spend a lot of time with them just because they're watching their own thing on the TV here, and hubby and I are usually in our room watching something. If it's a family event, we usually only get together during holidays or birthdays or stuff like that, so not too often. Who do you most like spending time with and why? I would have to say my Auntie Jacqueline, and the only reason why is because she and I went through a lot of similar things growing up, and she understands a lot of what I'm going through in terms of not only my mom's side of the family, my dad's side of the family, but also some internal struggles I'm having. She's just one of those people that I can really get along with and I can talk to and not feel like I'll be judged. Which family member makes the best food? Oh no, okay. I hate to say it, it has to be my Nana. The only reason why is because every time we do a family function, I always look forward to her food. I look forward to whether we have a ham, a turkey, chicken, lamb, whatever it may be. If she's cooking, I get stupid excited. Even if it's, oh my God, if it's the English breakfast, don't even get me started. How has your opinion of your family changed over the years? When I was younger, I loved them. And not to say I don't love them now, but I do, but give me a minute. I love both sides of my family. I love my mom's side and I love my dad's side. But as I got older, my opinions started to change. Not that I don't love them. I do love them. I love both sides of the family deeply with all my heart. With mom's side, it was a case of I started to get judged a lot, especially when I was nearing the end of high school, of which college I'd be going into and what my major would be. And then I got really shat on when I dropped out. When it came to my career, there was a bunch of questions about my career, and then I started getting tattoos. I started becoming older, and I started feeling more judged about my life decisions. And I know you're not supposed to necessarily care about what people say. You do you, so long as it benefits you and those that you love and it's not hurting anybody. But at the same time, it got to the point where I was, not to bash on my family, but I was offered to go back to college upon a certain agreement. And I'm not going to say what this agreement was because it's a little too personal. But this agreement really pissed me off because it was basically a bribe, but it would have affected my future in a very negative way. As for my dad's side, when I started not seeing my abuelita anymore due to the dementia because she might have happened to me, I started losing my ability to speak Spanish. And my dad never spoke it at home because my mom speaks English, and because it's much more challenging to learn a second language when you're older, she didn't really feel comfortable learning the language, especially because when she first entered into the family, I kid you not, she was judged because my dad was dating a white girl. The people who questioned that also are older and have older views. When I started losing my ability to speak Spanish, I was getting judged. I was always asked if I could understand, and I would constantly tell them, yes, I understand. I just cannot respond in any way, shape, or form. And then it got to the point where one of my relatives said that we should teach Spanish to my dog, when really we didn't need to, and she would speak Spanish to my dog, which he doesn't understand. And then it got to another point where even if I tried to speak Spanish, I would get judged for it harshly. I would be corrected in a very not okay manner. And then when I started dating Luis and I brought him around to my family and he started speaking Spanish, they all jumped on me like, is he teaching you? Is he teaching you? And I feel like I'm being chastised for not being 100% on my dad's side of the family. When people ask me, I tell them I'm half Canadian, half Mexican, and it's true. And I still love my Mexican roots. I love what I grew up with, and that's not something that a lot of people grow up on, is the stuff that I grew up on. So things have definitely changed, and things really changed after my uncle lived with us with his son. So things changed, and I'm really hoping things will change for the better soon. Some other more personal things happen that I don't feel comfortable disclosing. If you're close with your family, what's the hardest part about spending time away from them? There is no hard time about spending time away from them. I always take my own car because I can leave whenever the hell I want. Do you wish you had a bigger family, or are you happy with its current size? I am fine with its current size. The only thing I wish is that I wish I had a sibling. That's about it. Which family member has had the greatest impact on you? Again, that would be my Auntie Jacqueline, just because of the similarities between us and how I feel about her and how she feels about me and how she's helped me deal with family issues. What does your family's last name mean? If you look it up, you don't know. I believe with my grandparents, my papa's name, it's actually a Viking term for a beard. My Nana's maiden name is actually pretty cool. It's having to do with a certain type of sport in England. My maiden name translated means cave, involving my new last name. I have no idea what the hell it's gonna mean. Who's the best gift giver in your family? That would have to be my Uncle Guy, my aunt's second husband. And it's only because he has a pawn shop, and whenever we do Secret Santa, we always set like a price limit, but he goes above it. I remember one year he got me for Secret Santa, and he gave me this really expensive ring that actually changed color in the light. It's so pretty. I have to find it. What's your favorite story about your grandparents? I learned that my grandparents' parents, I think, owned a pub, if I remember correctly. But I don't really know many stories about my grandparents. I have never really heard many. I've heard stories about how they grew up and like all that, but I mean, like, it's nothing I can really retain because they don't really talk about, oh, I have one story I know, but I'd rather not say it for fear of getting canceled and because it's not exactly the best thing to talk about. Have you ever mapped out your family tree? I've tried to. I tried doing that ancestry thing and it didn't work. And this was before you had to pay for it. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to answer any of these questions for yourself, go ahead and answer them in the comment section down below with the question number and the answer. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, little skeletons. Stay safe, and I love you guys.